Welcome to the Thursday edition of Crystals of Experience from your host Kumar Bala on the fourth part of the subject industrial relations, the byproduct of the interest shown because of the agreement between the management and the employees and their representatives of Samsung Electronics in Sribembudur near Chennai. One of the most hateful and one of the most disruptive aspects of an agreement, especially when negotiation, is that sometimes both parties resort to arm twisting techniques. That generally is the most hateful and painful part of it, and lot of money, lot of resources, and lot of heartburn is caused by the actions of both the militant workmen as well as the uncaring management, especially the juniors who take it as a chance to break even with people whom they have an axe to grind with. All negotiations will never go smoothly, and this is part of the system because the demands are sky high. The demands of the management will ensure that the workers have to work three times harder than what they're working at present and produce three times the amount as well, and the workers have the tendency of placing a charter of demands where a minimum of 10,000 rupees extra or even more is required to meet the expenses and the requirements of the workers. So while these things are being negotiated, and we both parties know that they have to come to a settlement at a reasonable state of time, the aspect which pains everybody is that the actions of the workmen in the shop floor, as well as their behavior outside along with the staff and the workmen, causes heartburn, and the management knows its only way is to write letters to the labor commissioner complaining about the conduct of the workmen and the fact that they can resort to penal wage cut because of the unfair labor practice of the workmen. The unfair labor practice of workmen include a go slow, work to rule, and we must remember that the go slow is the worst thing which can happen, a crime as far as the machinery is concerned, because the normal speed of the machine is reduced, and that can have a huge effect on the quality of the product even when work restarts. It will take a long time for the machine to crank back to its usual perfect self. So these are all the heartburns which happen, and management has no other option but to ensure that the work continues, and flippant complaints and flippant causes of disruption of work is not acceptable to them. The unions also nowadays are smart, and they come away, either they leave the premises or they ensure that the workmen continue with their normal duties to ensure that production is not disrupted, because in this sharp world and high speed world of international competition, the all the interested parties have no option but to ensure that normalcy in every form is maintained. Sometimes, when these things go for a toss, then we have the situation where there is a complete stop in operations, and at that time, the dirty problem of dismissal of workmen, of retrenching workmen, and cutting penal wage cut up to 8 days of for every day absent is adhered to. These are all pinpricks which cause heartburn and has a permanent loss and permanent problem as far as the harmony and cooperation and the mindset of both the employer and the employer is concerned. It takes time to heal, but it does heal. But definitely, we have to ensure that the protocol is maintained. Both parties ensure that they are actually working full speed out in a proper, realistic manner to ensure that an agreement is arrived, and only then there will peace will reign in the factory without any loss of production, loss of face, or even loss of income for the workmen. So with that, that's what we have for today, and we shall talk to you tomorrow on the final day of this program.